All right, you guys, just a brief little message. How many of you are currently cycling? Cycling, in my opinion, is one of the greatest forms of exercise that you have access to. Years ago, when I broke my scapula and cracked my elbow, I was forced to quit weightlifting. For a long time, I was pretty bitter about that. I used to love lifting weights until I realized that cycling and yoga are the two best forms of exercise, in my opinion, other than like the Taoist internal exercises for stimulating and exercising the internal organs, things like that. But in the West, when most people think of exercise in the West, they think of weightlifting and cardio and things like that. The greatest exercise to lose weight, to feel better, cycling. It allows you to kill multiple birds with one stone. Most people, you guys, are not weightlifting outside. They're not surrounded by the natural elements. They're indoors under alternating current fluorescent lighting. Cycling allows you to get some sunlight on your skin. It allows you to be around the trees, breathe some fresher air. So what I like to do, you guys, is I like to load my iPhone with a bunch of health lectures. I plug my headphones in and I get out on my bike and I get some sunlight on my skin. I listen to the lectures. So I'm doing multiple things at once. I'm absorbing vitamin D. I'm developing vitamin D. I'm learning. I'm getting exercise. I'm increasing my circulation. I'm clearing blockages from my system. I'm increasing my heart rate a little bit to get things flowing. You can, however, overdo exercise. I used to think that exercise was the epitome of getting healthy. But there's so much more to health than just exercise. Exercise is definitely a part of it, but it's very easy to overdo. There's people who exercise all the time that drop dead of heart attacks, people who think they're healthy, you name it. I think we overuse exercise here in the West. I think a little bit of it is perfect. You don't need as much as you probably think you do. But that's just my personal opinion. So right now I'm on a 2 to 3 day a week cycling program, and I'm not really doing the intense cycling that I used to do. Again, I used to overdo it. Now I like to cycle and then do like the Taoist internal exercises for stimulating and regenerating the liver and the internal organs, stimulating the meridians, the energy channel that Qi moves through in the human system, the human biology, the human corporeal body. So this is a modified Ventana El Martillo. It's an aluminum bike. It's worth about $1,400. I got it for about $550 on Craigslist. It's got an Easton EC90XD carbon fiber front fork. This thing is awesome. It's got disc brakes. It's got 10 speeds. I used to ride Specialized. I used to ride the carbon fiber Specialized Tarmacs and the Rubis. But now that I'm on a less intensive exercise program, I don't need something so fancy. This is all I need. Again, only has one it only has one cog, or not one cog, what am I saying? The crank only has 10 speeds, excuse me. I just had a huge brain fart. But whereas my old bikes were about 30 speeds. But you can find great deals on bikes on Craigslist. There's no need to buy something new when you can spend half the money and get something probably nicer than the new stuff. If you go to a bike shop, a lot of the stuff in the $600 range is pretty junky. So it's better to buy something that's used, it's nicer, as long as it was treated well. But again, you guys, I'm just out here in nature, kind of, the concrete jungle, surrounded by nature. I took some algal oil when I woke up and drank some spirulina before I came out here for some energy. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap this one up. Exercise is essential, you guys. Peace. While you have your eyes closed and you're receiving the sunlight, as you're standing barefoot, look at diet, you've got to look at water. The water people are drinking here in the Matrix, the tap water, is filled full of disinfectant byproducts, cancer-causing agents, fluoride, hydrofluorosilicic acid, hexafluorosilicic acid, pipe residues, inorganic compounds, scaling lime, algicides, cobalts, radioactive constituents, plutonium, parasites. Of some of the wastes that are stuck inside of the colonic walls in the lower bowel. So certain eye muscle exercises where you move your eyes in certain direct current energy. So walking barefoot is one of the pinnacle aspects, other than things like collecting rainwater. We can be our own farmers and grow a lot of our own food, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have to resort to buying murdered animals from corrupt organizations and things of that nature. We don't have to consume these foods to have a healthy lifestyle. My health has gone nowhere but up since I became a vegan. Authentic Kundalini awakenings actually stimulate dormant parts of your brain and your physiology, your spinal system, your cerebrospinal fluid, you name it. And when that happens, it just enlightens the gland. The goji berries in it and the schizandra. But I also talk later on in this video about how damaging constituents, and these constituents are known as accumulative poisons. They accumulate over time and they get lodged in your tissues. They get lodged in your kidneys, your liver, you name it.